Since you left FDC, there are a lot of colleagues who have also seen light and embraced the movement. Would you like to reflect on some of these? The Tayebwas and the...
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, really happy. I'm so happy that they did, and indeed they have made a contribution. You could see they had learned something from FDC, but I think they continue building their skill, their understanding of politics.
Yes.
They joined the movement, and they're doing very well. So yes, why not? There are quite many, the Kamias, the what. There are very many, and I think they're doing well.
You knew Tayebwa, you knew the speaker?
Tayebwa was also actually working under my
was a volunteer in Electoral Commission?
Electoral Commission, yes. I know all of them.
So you mentored him a bit?
Well, yeah, for sure. He was still a young man.
Okay.
He was quite a young man.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you impressed with the way he has performed his duties
I
so far?
I think he's doing well. For sure he's doing well. He's very assertive, he's very knowledgeable.
Articulate.
And he's very, very articulate. And he's very serious. He has attended some of these conferences and have talked indeed about gay very openly. Even in the UN. I think he's doing well.
You are not ashamed of him?
No, not at all. Not at all. They have all managed, even Anita. Anita has managed Parliament. They listen to her. And you know, when people listen to you, 500 people listen to you.
Cohesively.
That means you're doing your job well.
Correct. Correct. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Mulengera YouTube channel. This Thursday, 17th August 2023, and our guest today is Major Rubaramira Ruranga, who we are going to be interviewing to shed more light on the crisis and the turmoil in the FDC party, which he co-founded with others in 2005. He went on to become its founding head of Electoral Commission, and they served for several years until when he handed over to Captain Danny Mugarula, who equally did a good job before hanging his boots in 2016. Major Rubaramira Ruranga one time paid a huge price for the so-called struggle when he got tortured, beaten, and humiliated in broad daylight, and this was outside FDC headquarters, Anajana Nkumbi, in 2005. Briefly, this is what happened that day. The government of Uganda dragged its feet on the registration of FDC party and the return of Dr. Kizza Besigye from South Africa. This was on the eve of 2006 elections campaign, which was a major political event in our country. There was a demonstration that the party organized, and Major Rubaramira Ruranga stepped forward to lead it along with Mai Chigundu. And as expected, the military was deployed and the police to manage the ensuing chaos. That day, Major Rubaramira Ruranga was grabbed and slapped famously by Colonel Dick Mujingo, who was commanding the military police of Uganda at that time. Major Rubaramira Ruranga, good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How do you remember the events of that day?
That day was a very, very unusual event because we never expected it. It was an election time, and we had collected signatures, to support those who wanted to stand. In this case, it was Kizza Besigye who was standing, and there was a visitor from South Africa, actually, President Mbeki, who was coming on the same day. During this time, the FDC people decided to demonstrate, and I think they attempted to obstruct the president's convoy. They wanted to do that, and the army was cautious about that, so they brought Ujingo and his team to control that. But for me, as the Chief Electoral Commissioner, I was concerned about the names I had collected, because those were very, very crucial to enable a person to be registered as a candidate.
For nomination purposes.
Nomination purpose. So, I had the noise. And I was busy doing all my things, making sure that those figures and whatnot are done properly.
Yes.
And then the noise sort of threatened me, and what came to my mind was, oh, these people may cause trouble, and then the army gets angry, and they break into the building and take away my nomination signatures. So I wanted to go out and particularly to calm down the FDC young people who were out there making noise.
Yes.
And as I went out, then I met the then Lieutenant Colonel Ujingo. He was in charge of the military police. And this man, we were together in the bush, we knew each other. He during that time he was junior to me, of course. I even became a senior officer before him. And so I respected him as somebody who I had worked with. So I went, when I saw him, I went straight to him, gave him my hand. In fact, two hands.
Yes.
Culturally, when you respect people in my culture as a Mchika, is what you do. And then he slaps me. My glasses get broken. And then I asked him, I said, but why are you doing this? then he said, you are the one who's causing us trouble. Okay. I picked my broken glasses and went. Went to the hospital. They found something had gone wrong with the eye. And then they treated me. I sorted out my glasses. I came back to my work.
Yes.
But eventually I sued him.
Yes, yes.
And I think one of the things that annoyed me with FDC, my annoyance with FDC began at that time. Because I went to court, no single person from FDC ever came to see what was going on in my case. Even the person I was fighting for never bothered even to ask me what.
Who was this?
Basically.
Yes, yes.
Never bothered to even ask me, you know, how I was doing, what was going on with the case, nothing. So well, but I never gave up. I continued, went through the elections, and I continued for a while.
Yes.
But I eventually left. I think during the time when they formed a group of parties.
The IPC?
Yes, IBC, to enable Chiza Besigye to stand.
Yes.
I went through again, you know, a lot of hassle. We were not sleeping, negotiating with all these other people.
The Mabikes. The Mabikes.
The Mabikes. And actually Mabike was one of the reasons, I think, why I eventually said, I think no.
You felt his mayorship was mismanaged?
Yes.
The candidature?
Yes. We, in our discussions, we agreed that we should ring fence positions that our supposed to be presidential candidates have forfeited because of wanting to support one candidate. And being that gentleman had wanted to be mayor of Kampala. And we agreed. But then somehow, the road mayor now,
Elias
Lukwago, came in quietly. He did not have a party. And then they said they were just a group.
Subi. pressure group,
pressure group called SUI. Ah, okay. But we had agreed, and he also attended some of the meetings. Although he was a bit defiant, I think he already had his own mind. So, at the end, as we were moving on, I think there was a campaign in Gulu.
A rally.
A rally by Kano Vesije.
Yes.
And also the road mayor went. Then on the rally, they announced that he is the one who is going to stand as the mayor.
For the IPC.
Yeah, in the IPC, as the mayor of Kampala.
Yes.
But I said, but in our meeting we agreed that this other young man, Mabike, is supposed to be the one. We had a ring fence. And even for others, they should also have their positions. But then why does Vesije just go in Gulu without telling us? And
Sir, this is what I remember. The idea was that if you had a party and you wanted to compete for president, to be the joint candidate,
yes,
and you stepped down for Dr. KB,
yes,
and wished to go for any other position, you would automatically have it without competing with any other person.
Within
the IPC framework.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
But now when they announced that one instead of Mabike, then my mind...
Who your process had produced? Your process had produced Mabike.
And I was the chief electoral commissioner
for
still.
IPC.
Yes, for IPC.
With Barimwezo.
Yeah, I know Barimwezo was working with me.
Yes.
He's now named in Nakawa. So I said, there's something wrong here. And I actually told the chairman, I said, I think I can't go on like this.
You felt Mabike was not treated fairly?
Yeah. I felt Mabike was not treated fairly, and I felt we were also not working properly. We were not consistent,
yes,
in what we decided.
With your protocols.
With the protocols. And so I said, no, I don't think I will continue. And handed over whatever I was doing, and I left. That's actually how I left.